As I mentioned, we only have 1,000 tickets left. Central Florida is still calling us about tickets. They've sold through their original allotment faster than any Group of 5 team has ever sold out of their tickets. So I know the UCF Knights are excited. We're excited. So with that, what I'd like to do is provide Athletic Director Danny White with the official invitation to come play in the 50th anniversary of the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. I hope he'll accept.
Gladly accept. Thank you, Gary. Enthusiastically accept. We couldn't be more excited, certainly, about the season we had. Just a magical season. Going undefeated in any season is remarkable, but to do it in a year when we had rescheduled games, the national disaster that affected our entire region, the way our team responded to that, it was, I think, a historic season that we'll all remember for many years to come.
It's an honor to be invited to this game. These players have poured their hearts out to try to accomplish a lot this year, and it's a group that is special in a lot of ways, special in their unity, in their commitment to being great. There's been a lot of circumstances swirling around this season, and those have been tough to navigate, but the guys have done an unbelievable job with that. They've earned the right to play in this game, have this opportunity, and I'm grateful that we have a chance to give them the best possible chance that they have to put on a good show in Atlanta and hopefully win a football game.
A little bit about everything that we do is a bowl game, and I think one of the reasons why we've been able to ascend to become one of the New Year's 6 bowl games and host the semis every 3 years, and this year we'll also host the national championship game with our partners in Atlanta. We view this as a reward for the players. You know, everything we do is built around those guys that have worked their butts off winter, spring, summer, and fall to make it to this undefeated season and to get the invite to the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. So we think we have one of the better bowl experiences in the country. We have a theme we use, which is live, laugh, and learn. We want the players to live great. They're going to stay in nice hotels, eat great food like Chick-fil-A and other great food. They're going to get great gifts. But we want them to laugh as well. So we have a battle for Bowl Week where we have a WWE wrestling belt that weighs about 40 pounds. And every night there's a competition that the players will compete against each other, against Auburn, in different competitions every night. And then we give the winner of the weekly competitions the battle for Bowl Week belt. We want them to learn. There's 2 things that we do that really during the holiday season are really important to us. One is Children's Health Care, which is a huge partner of ours. There are kids in that hospital that won't get home for Christmas and they'll never get home. And so to see the players interact during the holiday season, giving of their time to these kids is awfully important to us. And secondly, maybe the second best thing that we do other than the bowl game is we'll take the kids to Martin Luther King Ebenezer Baptist Church, where Dr. King actually spoke from the pulpit, and we'll put both teams in there, which is unusual for a bowl game, but they both sit in that church. And we have Congressman Lewis, who at 19 years old was in charge of the student movement in the civil rights movement back in the 60s for Dr. King, and led, if you've ever seen the movie Selma, led the march across the Selma Bridge. And he can talk to these kids when he was 19 years old about leadership. And then we have Ambassador Young, Andy Young, who was the right arm to Dr. King, and also C.T. Vivian. And they'll hear from them to Martin Luther King Ebenezer Baptist Church, and be able to ask questions, and that's a history lesson. These kids weren't even born during the civil rights movement, and what's going on in our society today, we think it's a great lesson because they are student athletes to be able to learn something during that week. So live, laugh, and learn is our theme.
The guys had a great practice. We gave them some time off, which was much needed. You know, I've been blessed. This is the 8th opportunity I'm going to have to be in a New Year's Bowl game as a player and as a coach. There's some unusual circumstances surrounding this, but we're going to handle this the same way that we would handle any bowl game of this type. The players needed some time off, and we gave it to them. this week we got to get back to work and get the rust knocked off. We started that process today, and then next week we'll have 3 really spirited practices and then a full week to get ready for the bowl game. That's the same way we would have handled it regardless of the circumstances. So I'm grateful to have this opportunity. UCF has been unbelievable to me, and to be up here one more time is special to me. This is a great place and a great university, and it's unusual circumstances, but our staff is completely committed, and we're going to do everything we can for this football team. This morning it's just get back to work. It was good to see you again, guys. Listen, they needed some time off. They played 12 straight weeks, and regardless of any circumstances, we were going to give them a week off. It's time to get back to work. That was our message today. I told them we're going to be playing a really good football team, and we need to be at our best. So we need 100% commitment from the staff and the players to give ourselves the best shot on New Year's Day. We're not going to talk about that stuff because that doesn't have anything to do with the game. Our coaching staff will be as prepared as we possibly can be for the game. We're 100% committed. The players had a great practice, so they're 100% committed, and we'll go forward from there. It was important because of the players and what the players were representing this university and this community. There was a lot of things swirling and a lot of things that could have been distractions, and our whole staff tried to handle it the best way we possibly knew how, and stay focused and stay committed. And I think that the staff did a great job with that, and the players did a great job with that. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sitting up here right now. And we finished the season off strong, and that's a credit to this university and the players that we have and the coaches. There's a good question. Listen, I think we're kind of carrying the mantle for a lot of people this year. We're playing a team that, if the ball would have bounced a little different, could be in the playoff. And you know, there's been a lot of talk about Group of 5 teams and where they fit, and Power 6 teams and where they fit. And I got a lot of confidence in the players that we've been going to battle with every Saturday. I think they're hungry to prove that they belong on that stage. And listen, we're playing a great team, but we're going to be prepared to play, and we're giving it our best shot. Well, they're well coached and they got really good athletes. So we got a challenge. I recruited Jarrett Stidham on the other side of the ball. I thought we had him to Oregon before he went to Baylor. I know what kind of player he is. The talent jumps off the tape when you look at him. So this is gonna be a great challenge for us. I think our kids are hungry to prove something, and we're gonna get to work. Today was the first step in that process, and like I said, I think the team's 100% dialed in and committed, and the coaching staff will be as well. And win or lose, we're going to give it our best shot. Yeah, I think some things had to get worked out, and I can't tell you how good a leadership is here on campus. UCF's leadership on campus and in the athletic department is second to none. I think things had to be worked out to make sure it could happen, but our whole staff, our number one priority has been and will be the players that we're coaching. And that's what we're in this business for. And our whole staff, it's not ideal circumstances, but they feel like the right thing to do is to be 100% committed and dialed in to help these young guys in a bowl game. And I think that gives us the best chance to win a game, and that's what we're going to do. It's the same challenge you have every time you play a late bowl game. We got to balance resting them and getting them fresh again after the grind that they've been through with keeping them sharp. Again, I've been in a few of these at Oregon and in Nebraska, and this is the formula we've always used. You get done with the season, the guys need a break, so we let them rest. Now it's a matter this week of knocking the rust off. We're going to have our coaching staff out in force on the field to make sure the guys are getting their legs back under them this week. We're going to do a lot of game planning over the course of this week and make sure that our schemes on both sides are the best that we can come up with. We'll have 3 more hard practices next week and give the kids a few days off for Christmas, and then we'll have a week plus a day at the bowl site to get ready for the game. And that's been our formula wherever I've coached, whether it's Oregon or anywhere else, getting ready for one of these games. Yeah, I was frustrated with it. I didn't want to talk about it because the first time you talk about it, that's when you lose the next week. And I was more worried about our players and our success on the field than getting into a debate about where UCF should be ranked. But this conference plays great football. The American Conference plays great football. USF and Memphis, the 2 teams we played the last 2 weeks, my hat's off to them. I think they can compete with anybody in the country. I think this team can do the same. So that's a debate that is probably well above my level, but I believe so much in the young men that have worn UCF on the side of their helmets all year, and I'm honored to run out on the field with them one more time. You know, as long as I live, UCF and Orlando will feel like home to me, and it felt like coming home to these guys. The energy on the field was awesome, so the guys are excited about playing. And like I said, these aren't ideal circumstances, but we're all dialed in, committed, and you know, in any of these bowl games, the same operating methods would be used. Coaches would be out on the road recruiting for a week, and then we'd come back and coach a team, and probably go out the same day and recruit, and come back and coach the team. That's the way these things work, and that's the way every team that's coaching a bowl is doing it right now. We're going to be as committed or more committed than we would have been had nothing changed. But to answer your question, it was great to be back and see all these kids again. Yeah, as a competitor, all you want is the best challenge you can possibly get, and Auburn's one of the elite teams in the country. I think their coaching staff does a great job, and they have some phenomenal athletes on their football team. We probably have the type of team that has a chip on their shoulder a little bit, and I hope those guys use that. Our preparation needs to be great. We need to be dialed in. We need to have a great game plan, and all this is another great opportunity for this football team.